continue on my oxygen of not included game series I've been doing. So this is going to be part 4. If you've missed the other parts, they're currently available on Twitch, but I also have them available on my YouTube channel, Recon 1's gaming channel, if you're interested. So we'll just resume the game real quick. And I was looking at this earlier, so we'll sit here and think. And I'm going to probably try and work on the storage for polluted water. As you can see, I've got the bedrooms developing pretty good up here, and in previous episodes I have worked on the water storage and just basic base survival mode kind of thing. I will turn that on and get that water moving out of there. So let's just get started here with moving some of these things around. Oops, and of course clumsy me. Well, that's why cancel exists. So okay, there's that. That's given them something to do with their spare time. We all know the replicants can be a little silly on how they do things. There we go. That'll work nicely. I am going to throw a quick priority over here on finishing these parts, as we don't want them getting in the way as it's working. So now my plan is to actually put the polluted water either above right here, although I'm going to be drilling into a lot of various other things. I don't necessarily want to deal with the hydrogen just yet, or the chlorine. I might be able to go up there and cut just under that. Hydrogen does rise, so it wouldn't be that big a deal for me. The other side issue is if I put it right here, and the tiles do break, it will fall down and intermix with the clean water, which is kind of a pain in the hindfoot to separate the two. If I do put it over here, though, I've got an extensive amount of movement of water and other materials, as you can see, that I would need to worry about. So, in all seriousness, let's cancel that. And we'll put it up. We'll put it here. Yeah, we might as well go all the way up here. And we'll put it out the same distance, so that will be my build distance here. Go ahead and knock this ladder out to here so that the replicants have an idea of what they're doing for build. I do like to try and keep the base on those 4 square separates. Just it does make it a lot easier to keep kind of clean everything up. We will cancel that until we get this dug out. And we will just start digging this out right here. Go ahead and knock this ladder up to there. That should be enough. If I start to overflow on polluted water, I've got enough space here. I'll be able to set up my purification, tie it directly into a liquid pipe, and drop it down into here as storage. If this starts getting close to the top and this is full, well, I obviously A, have a problem, and B, I can shut off wherever that extra water is coming in from. So we'll do this. Now, I do always ensure that I can go above what I need to build, as that does make life quite a bit easier for me personally. So I'm doing things and get my duplicates working on this. As you can see, I am trying to drop everything down. It should all wind up right about here, aside from a little bit on top here, and that will enable me to have an easier way of cleaning things up. One of the key things I do need to do is I do need to work on my storage down here as well. So do that, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Go ahead and get this base built out to here. I leave those 2 spaces every so often so that I can put decor in there, or I can fit some other things in there for storage and whatnot. We'll let the replicants do some work here. I don't currently have anything going on research because I'm trying to develop my base here a little bit before I do that. And the next thing I'm going to be looking at is probably after I get the polluted water storage sorted. Put a deodorizer right there. And we'll put one right there, as we are starting to see that polluted oxygen start to flow around. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's assigned to Harold. So Harold, you're going to sleep there now. This one's assigned to Nikolai. Nikolai, you now have your own room. Let's see. Deconstruct that. Let's just see what our options are. It's the middle of the day, so I would have time. Yokel, caregiver, don't care. These are yokel. I do have someone else doing the research. Bottomless stomach, no, we're still cutting it awful close on the food supply. I don't necessarily want to do that. Research is this guy's favorite, even though he has 0 skill in learning. Okay. Gastrophobia, he does not make a good cook, but he has 2 points in cooking. Go figure that one out. And early bird, he gets up early. Morning, or +2 bonus to all skills. So in the morning, he's actually works a great deal harder. We will actually go with this guy. We do have a bed down here, and we need to be working on getting that guy another bedroom up there. Put an air vent in there. So I am overtasking my replicants just a little bit. Not really worried about it just yet. I'm just going to have them dig that out. And 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll actually do that. And pneumatic door. So this will give them something to do. Oops. Get those sand blocks knocked out of the way. Furniture. Okay, for research, I am going to actually put somebody on research. I do need to get my decor built up just a little. It will help relieve my stress, which, while not serious yet, can build up over time and cause issues. And we'll get them to sweeping here just a little bit, get some of this other mess picked up. Meanwhile, we have these guys up here working fairly hard. Okay, we can fill these tiles in now. And again, you will see me actually put actually this is the polluted water. I will not put air flow tires over here. The intent is that I want to keep the polluted oxygen in there as much as possible. I'll put a couple of deodorizers up there to help deal with that. And let's see. Now that's going to fall all the way down to here. That's actually useful for me. It's not too far from my storage, and it does actually put it down there where I need it to be. Let's go ahead and put another deodorizer in here as the polluted oxygen coming off this polluted water. That is one of the driving factors for me doing this. While the oxygen is flowing fairly decently, you can see the buildup of carbon dioxide, which is a negative event long term, and we want to try and get ahead of that. Whoops, not there. Take out that one sand block since it's going to have to be dug out anyways. Okay. Now I just need to let them actually work for a minute. Alright, so they got this new bedroom built. Go ahead and put the cot in there. Put a priority 7 on that because I want that built. Sign. Deconstruct. And now we're doing pretty good there. I am going to increase the food output yet again. Put some more planter boxes up here. And we'll change the priority on this particular set of blocks right there and right there. Just to get those built so the food supply does not go critical on me again. Food monotony is a thing, and my duplicates get to deal with it. Mealwood seed is a fairly reliable source of food, especially starting out, and I don't tend to diversify their food selection until a little bit later in the game when I'm positive I'm a little more ahead of things. Come on, hatch, move, there we go. Able to get a hold of that, plant that, okay. Alright. We will disable that building just so I don't have a minion go in there and start trying to do that. Dude, you're the researcher. What are you doing? Alright, let's go in here. Find. Make it a high priority as that is his actual, job. So we are starting to empty out this. I will have to eventually mop all this up. This pump won't be able to get all the little bits and puddles. However, we're starting to fill this out, pushing the carbon dioxide and polluted oxygen out. As that gets a hold of it, it takes care of it. And let's see. So let's see. And we've got the research done on basic indoor decor, and they're working on the next batch. Alright, copy settings. What do you have in here? Organic. Alright, kick that out, thank you. Copy settings. Do need that swept. We will put a priority 9 on that just to get that cleaned up. 12 visits, 12 visits. They're using those pretty equally, so. Okay. Now, while I do have several competing projects going on, my priority target is actually to get this cleaned out. So I am going to continually come back here and put a higher priority on that. And I'll just dig this all down. When this starts to fill up, I'll actually deconstruct that and then reconstruct it. See the minions, the duplicates going to town on this. And although I could set my dig priority, I don't want it defaulting to a 6 on me when I'm trying to do something else, so I'll go in and readjust this. As you can see, they treat that as the best thing ever in their lives is to dig this out, which is good. They're working a great deal harder on it than they did previously on getting some of these other things in place. So we'll start putting these every other spaced ones in here. What that will enable them to do is go in and they'll go ahead and dig some of this out. So right, now we've got a nice wide open space there. We can go ahead and put the tiles in. And as I do like to get a lot of my infrastructure in place as I'm building. Now for this one I'm probably going to put this pipe out the top here. Just leave it disconnected for right now. And then I do put the liquid pump. I do tend to put those in the same spot just because it does make life a little easier knowing where they are. I will run that over to the side. I don't intend on running that into here as this is my planned filtration area. And we'll get the power laid in. Now the wire I'm going to run out to, I'm going to run a really curly Q there. No, not really. I will run the wire out to there. Now something I always do include on these is a ladder going up in case this gets broken for some odd reason. The duplicates can get down to it. And we'll start putting those tiles in place as well. Some mesh tiles. Well, wait a sec. Come here, plumbing. Bottle emptier. It's not going to fit on that, so we'll just cancel that. Come back here to base. Put a mesh tile in there, those spots. Bottle emptier. Okay. And that should have them going at this, as well as I mentioned putting a deodorizer in here. And we'll put another mesh tile in right there, and another deodorizer. Also, previously on the water down here, I do use a pneumatic door. This is just to keep the critters out. On this one though, I am going to use a manual airlock. I will wait until they get most of this constructed before I put that in. Pro tip, don't ever close this off until they actually get that ladder built. I've had to destroy a couple of walls on more than one occasion when the duplicants were brilliant enough to get themselves trapped in there. So well, right now I don't have real space for another duplicate. As you can see, I'm down to 1,800 kilocalories. It takes 1,000 per day per duplicant, so that is a starvation level issue. And we'll just continue to build this out right here. Dig that out and put some more planters over there. There it is. Now I am starting to get over towards this. The slime is a serious issue as far as germs go, so I'm probably going to stop right there as far as extending out that food area. I'll put, and this abyssalite does take a higher ranked digger to get through, so again that is an issue I want to avoid if I can. We've got polluted oxygen starting to show up here. That could be a long-term issue as well. Have them dig that out. And actually this is in the wrong place. Deconstruct. Let's see, so deconstruct. Plant, 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 plant. Base, tile. Just fixing this real quick. Won't take very long. And we'll go ahead and have them dig that out as well. Row sand blocks up there. And plant. Alright, as you can see, the basic polluted water storage is almost complete. I do need to add a couple of mesh tiles in here so they can actually get to this. And then it will be actually complete. It's a very quick build. Mr. Loud Sleeper, scaring everybody and small children away from himself. I believe that what they're doing there with the disinfecting is equivalent of them making their bed for the day, so they're very diligent about that, as I'm sure anybody who's had to deal with messy individuals would greatly appreciate. So we'll have that put on dig. I do need to be looking at putting a deodorizer in there just long enough to clear up that polluted oxygen. Get that planted. And we'll add a sweep command into that room. Alright, so the research is complete. As you can see, the artistic expression. Now what we can do is we can start adding some of these moldings up here. They really like this area down here. Let's see if we can improve their bedrooms for them. furniture. There we go. Now, it was pointed out to me by one of my family members that this does look a bit girly. Well, honestly, anything to improve the morale. And I can understand it. Living in a bare, stark room with absolutely no color to it, you'll take what you can get at certain points. Okay. See what they think of the rooms. You can see this slow improvement. Their outfits usually are negatives to them. Well, okay, I got it. But you can see the slow improvement we're getting here. Total decor is 27, 44. You can see how it starts to build up there and have some effects on the duplicates. They really don't like the planters. You can see here the planter blocks is a negative 30. The plant that's growing there itself, mealwood, they really don't like that either. And debris. Now, clearing out the debris is one of the easiest ways to improve decor around your base, and I highly recommend it as you get time. Don't necessarily make it a priority to start with, but you do want to, long-term project, try and keep your base as cleaned up as possible. It does have a cumulative effect on your minions to have that kind of stuff. Correction, your duplicates picked up. I know they're not small, yellow, and called Bob, although we could change the name of one of them to Bob. However, they are quite humorous, so that's why they keep getting called minions. Dioxide. Alright. Come up here. Make sure that you say only polluted water. You don't want them necessarily dumping regular water in there. And now that you've got a place to store it, you can sweep that. So, okay, she picks some up. Let's see if she goes in there and dumps it where I want it to. One or two. Alright, there we go. And that will cure some of these polluted oxygen issues we're having in and around the base. We are losing the fight against the carbon dioxide. I am not quite ready to employ a carbon skimmer. The hydrogen coming off that, I usually make a hydrogen trap at the top of the base. And then, as well as, I have to make sure I've got plenty of clean water ready to go and polluted water to feed out into a place for the polluted water to feed into. Although a carbon skimmer will eventually be installed down here at one of the lower levels of the base. Don't want to dig down too much more, as previously mentioned. I got that slime issue going on down there. And I want to next step is to start thinking about where to set up the bathroom for these guys. Bathing is important to hygiene, and we'll get that a dig there. And we'll get a couple of squares dug out there. Now, chlorine's heavy, hydrogen's light. The chlorine will sink to the bottom of the base, so when you start having to deal with chlorine gas, I do also recommend having a chlorine trap of some kind at your lower levels. Chlorine is, if I remember correctly, heavier than carbon dioxide, so you can use it to push that carbon dioxide up to a carbon skimmer or something like that where you can deal with it. But overall, until you've got a longer term solution for it, just kind of hold off on it for right now. We've got fungal spores, granite, got water of some kind up here, very breathable, so something's generating oxygen up there. Plenty of copper. Here we've got plenty of algae, that's why I'm not worried about using algae in the oxygen generators or in the algae plants. They're helping to clean that air for carbon dioxide. Alright, so as previously mentioned, let's start thinking bathroom. Where do I want to put this? Actually, one of my preferred places might be to repurpose this area right here, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So first step I'm going to do is go in here and go into power overlay. Deconstruct the battery, hit the X, and then remove those wires. Come back here, exit out of that, deconstruct, and deconstruct. That will remove all that. Go over to plumbing. Okay, showers are a wonderful invention, as I'm sure many of you will agree with that. And, you know, running water bathroom, awesome thing to be having an experience with as well. Going to need to dig that out. Again, you're seeing me use this 4 spacing here. Most structures are about 4 tall, so that does help you out keeping the spacing regulated. So let's see, here we go. Plumbing, shower. Alright, now I am going to put the shower in here in such a way as to create a bathroom. The reason for that is there is a latrine that requires a toilet, a wash station, no industrial machinery, and it gives a +1 bonus to morale. So we do want to grab those bonuses whenever possible, especially since we need this as a matter of practicality anyways. Let's see, where is plumbing? Oh, we don't have a wash station. Find it. Furniture, water cooler. They do have a water cooler. Okay. Base. Put tile in here. That needs to be deconstructed. Come on, guys. Now, the green is the out, the white is the in. Keep that in mind when you're building these things. I do like to try and every other floor balance as I'm doing things. That does make my life a little bit easier. As far as keeping sorted which pipe's going to which, you don't want to accidentally feed your polluted water into your clean water. That can create a host of issues that most people just don't want to deal with. So actually, and here's the other thing I do when it comes to plumbing. Oops, not research, meant to hit the letter O there. Okay. So the ladder will actually contain my clean water pipes. Beside the ladder will be my dirty water pipes. That helps me keep it straight and also provides spaces for the bridges to skip one pipe over the other as needed. Okay, food shortage. They got 1,000 calories. They're good. Somebody will be able to eat tomorrow. Okay, mine that. Dig that and dig that. I'll drop the debris down here. Let's see. Let's look at the decor. Airflow tile corner. Alright, so deodorizer isn't having any effect. It's just kind of sitting there taking up space. That's fine. Don't need to worry about it for right now. Later on I will disassemble that to make space for decoration or perhaps improved decorations overall. We've got a baby hatchling there who's just kind of chilling, going, hey Pops, what's up? Oh, and this has officially reached the end of its useful life cycle. So we'll go down here, tell these guys to mop. They're not going to be happy about this, but they'll survive. Now, as you can see, the carbon dioxide has built up to significant levels here. So what we're going to be doing is digging this out and making it so that the carbon dioxide flows this way if at all possible, so it drops down into our other areas where we are got our oxygen cleaning devices set up. Okay, mop there. And we will tell it to sweep. That's a little more clean water to dump into there. Now, do keep in mind, as you are doing this, you want to keep a handle on your power generation as well. We are going to need power going into this pump. We do not need power to this pump just yet. So we have that hooked up. All right, here's our clean water pipes feeding up. All right, now I'm going to cancel that and that. Let's go to our water flow tabs, plumbing overlay. We'll get rid of that. Get rid of those two. Now, why am I doing that? If they've already got a bend in it visually, what you will find it does is it occasionally hooks it up even though you don't want it to. So just easier to have that in place. Put this liquid bridge in, flip it around. All right, that will get that going. Now, it's not a room until you close it off with doors, and I will show that to you. Right now, these are rooms. Door actually acts as closing. Right now, this just thinks, oh, there's a little doohickey wall hanging down there. Okay, that doesn't mean anything to the game. We'll put those two in place, and this will turn this into a lavatory. So, as a matter of fact, I even showed it right there. Size, 1,119 tiles. Nope, nope. That's an awfully big bathroom. Be like a bathroom with, be like having a house. It's a 3,000 square foot house, and having a bathroom the size of the house, that would be a little excessive. For those of you who use the metric system, think between 12 and 1,300 square meters. That would be a big bathroom. You'd probably get lost in your own bathroom at that point. So, I'm going to put a power generation room down here. Now, keep in mind, power generation rooms generate heat, and heat is one of the harder things to get rid of. Why? Why, guys? Why? Okay. Sweep, we'll put a 9 on that just to get that swept. And giving the minions a little chance to get that all cleaned out. As you can see, they've got that built. We'll drop a generator in there. Let's see, make sure my spacing is right. There's a generator. I'm going to have to dig out just a little bit more. Don't want to get too close to that water where I have it flooding in, as that would be a bit of a pain to clean up at this point. And we'll continue to build some of these wires out. Jumbo battery. I do tend to put that spacing. The spacing you see there, again, is for heat control purposes. And we'll let them get this built there. The carbon skimmers are going to become a critical issue fairly quickly here. You can see how we've got the polluted oxygen starting to build up in here. As soon as it hits these, though, it should clean that right up. This is nice and functional. So as soon as we actually see one of the minions use that, or one of the duplicates use that, we will actually... Right now, they aren't using it because we don't have any power down to this pump. So let's look at the wire here. Put it over. Actually going to put it out so we can see it. Okay, if you really aren't sure what else to have your people doing, your duplicates doing, go ahead and just have them start sweeping. It does assist the overall morale, and it's just a good idea to have your materials all in one place anyways as much as possible. Okay, I actually want you guys to be picking up this polluted water, so we'll add a sweep to that. Add a 7 priority. Come down here and hit that with a 7. See if they get the hint. Alright, there we go. The pump is now working. Be able to watch that flow along here. Now what it's going to do is it's going to get to here and it's going to be on basically standby until until a duplicate decides that they really need to take a shower. Please take showers daily. Highly recommended by myself and just about anybody else who doesn't want to be downwind of you. Now we'll see. New duplicates are available. We're going to hold off on looking at that for right now. We have 0 kilocalories. We have somebody who really needs to take that shower. Like now would be good. However, they are concerned with eating, so I can understand that. Awesome, so we have somebody who can be a really good research assistant. All right. Come on, guys, go shower, please. You do occasionally feel like you're explaining to little kids why they need to shower when dealing with your duplicates. We will add a couple of airflow tiles in there to make it just a little easier. Alright, no wash basin built. Nope, we've got this wonderful shower here. Food shortage, yeah, that's very evident. We'll dig that out. Done a pretty good job of cleaning up. And we'll see me planning a little advanced planning here. Cancel that. Go ahead and put that pump in. Okay, let me go lay out the power connections here as well. And let's see, liquid pipe. There we go. X and get rid of that. That is for the next time I play. And we've got folks actually using the shower there. Okay. Plenty of clean water storage. Polluted water has a significant factor yet. We got the power working here, and this is going to be a pretty good place for me to stop. Thank you for watching, and have a very pleasant day.